Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, and today we have something special for you. We have gathered every bit of information, every bit of optimization for Marvel Snap's new card acquisition series, Snap Packs. This is your ultimate guide to Marvel Snap's card acquisition, Snap Packs. This is going to be the work largely of the great Lauren Whatevs. If you benefited from Splitsmas when split rates were way up, that is the work of Lauren Whatevs. Do me a favor and check the Snap on This podcast. Just type Snap on This into YouTube and give her podcast a follow. You can also find a written version of a lot of the math involved in this on Marvel Snap Zone relatively soon. What you can find here. So the first couple things are what is changing and what are Snap Packs. If you already know that, feel free to skip ahead because we have 5 different player types that we're going to talk about. First is the player who wants to be 100% and cost efficient. Then we have the 100% and trying to speed run, the sub 100% player who wants to be competitive, the sub 100 player who's trying to min max their resources, the sub 100% casual player, and then, of course, what new players should do. We also have the answer to the question: what happens if you just buy the season or gold pass and then optimize? And at in the pinned comment, we're going to have a link to Second Dinner's FAQ along with some extra odds of bonus pulls. Make sure you check that out if you want to know the exact numbers and exactly what Second Dinner is telling us about this. We are also giving away a Captain Carter here on this video. All you have to do is sub, like, and comment. Yes, that's right. This video will carry a Captain Carter. Sub, like, comment. You're entered to win. That's it. That simple. The specific comment to leave is later in the video. Stay tuned. All right, so what's changing? What are Snap Packs? First of all, the first important thing you have to know is that Spotlight keys and Spotlight variants and Spotlight everythings are gone. Something new is going to happen to Spotlight variants, but we don't know what yet. Second Dinner doesn't appear to know what yet, so we certainly don't. Spotlights and Spotlight keys are, however, just gone 100%. They all become 3,000 tokens. If you have saved Spotlights, whether you've collected them or not, whether they're in uh, albums or not, anywhere you would get a key, that is now 3,000 tokens. Keys used to be worth between 2.5 and 2.8 K tokens. So this is overall an improvement in terms of key value. They're giving us more value per key than we would have gotten previously. This change is actively better for anyone who is only getting one card most weeks they opened, but worse for anyone getting two or more, i.e., early Series 3 players. Your early Series 3 players who are just getting to Series 3 are getting far fewer cards. Now, overall, when they could get 4 keys, turn 4 keys into 4 cards, that meant each key was worth 6,000. This is fundamentally cutting that in half. However, this does increase agency in buying and building for specific decks instead of having to a hodgepodge. There was a time, a long time, where like if a card you wanted just wasn't in spotlights, you were either spending money or waiting forever. That is no longer the case. Now you can just go buy the card you need for the deck. That is way, way better. All right, so there's one more important thing to note. You don't have to update your game right away. They're giving you 2 days to get the last spotlights you want. The last spotlights are Hydra Stomper, Madam Web, and Aranya. Madam Web and Aranya are must have for move decks. I expect Hydra Stomper to be great. We're going to do our Hydra Stomper review in the second video later today. If you're interested, that'll come at Daily Reset when Hydra Stomper comes out. So Hydra Stomper, Madam Web, and Aranya will be in spotlights later today. If you have if you have 4 spotlight keys and you need those cards, I urge you to not update. Turn off auto update. Make sure you get them with keys. Then you can update, and everything else will transfer to Snap Packs. So far, so good. In addition, we are getting 4 new cards today. Those 3 more in addition to Hydra Stomper. We're going to review those later in the day as well, so have no fear. So what's new in the new system? First, the easiest and safest way to buy cards is now to just use tokens on the exact card you want. Prices have not changed for this. What's changed is how easy tokens are to get. A Series 5 card of your choice is still 6,000. A Series 4 card of your choice is still 3,000. Series 3 is 1,000, although at this moment, there's not really a way to buy a targeted Series 3. You get tokens wherever there would be a spotlight key on the collection, and you'll still get them randomly as before from collection track and so on. There's also a free 50 token login reward, like you get the free credits 3 times a day. You can get the tokens, but once a day, 50 tokens. Not a bad deal. You can turn gold, the gold pass rank 90 gold, directly to tokens in the card shop. So this is 1,000 tokens for 1,300, 2,500 for 3,100, 5,000 for 6,000 gold. And there will be bigger ones as near as we can tell. It's also worth noting It's also worth noting that this is a better deal than Token Tuesday. So if you were a regular Token Tuesday buyer, they have said that they don't want Token Tuesday to be worse than these regular deals, and they will be updating Token Tuesday to make it better. So then what are snap packs? Okay, so there's 5 snapback types. This is directly from Second Dinner. The seasonal Series 5, that is the new stuff. 5,000 tokens, you get all Series 5 cards from this season and one previous season. This is updated weekly. You get the new card added here weekly. Series 4 packs are include all Series 4 cards from the current and 2 previous seasons. So because there's fewer, we're going back 2 seasons here. Makes perfect sense to me. That's 2,500 tokens. Then for 4,000 tokens, you get this collector's pack. So what we need to remember really, the terms are seasonal, which means newer stuff, and collectors, which means older stuff, which makes sense, right? Seasonal, new seasons. Collectors, you're collecting older stuff. The 4,000 token collector's pack contains all Series 5 cards and not in the new series packs. The Series 4 collector's pack contains 2,000 tokens, includes all Series 4 cards not in the new series packs. Cool. And then the Series 3 is 650 tokens. So this is the best way for newer players to complete their Series 3 collection. You can just spend 650 tokens and start getting Rando Series 3. That is obviously the best way to do this because remember, there is no way to get a regular Series 3 just by choosing to buy it right now outside of the free one you get once a month. Okay, so what's in these packs right now? The seasonal Series 5 packs have Kanchu, Firehair, Starbrand, Isan, and Agamotto. Those 5 cards, right? Kanchu, Firehair, Starbrand, Isan, and Agamotto will go to the collector's pack in a week. Once the week passes, they are gone. Um, Goliath, Kahori, Strange Supreme, Infinity Ultron, and Hydra Stomper. Those 5 cards will be in for the next month. Those are the cards that you're opening for. So if you're going to open these, you're basically considering how many of these you don't have and actually want in terms of buying it. Your seasonal Series 4 right now are Toxie the first Ghost Rider, Uncle Ben, Gorgon, Laufey, and those are going to collectors in a week. Uncle Ben, Gorgon, and Laufey, that is, because they were from more than 2 seasons ago. So it'll be Toxie the first Ghost Rider, but then it will also be the new cards that they spoiled in their release. So we're going to, again, talk about those later. I'm trying to make this piece of content evergreen, so those will be discussed later. Your Collector's Series 5 is anything older than number 1, and your Collector's Series 4 is anything older than number 2. Buying them at random does seem dangerous. You are every bit as likely. You have to look at what's in the pack and see what your odds are. But generally speaking, they're always going to be a gamble because you could always get a Bruce Banner. You can always get a Kang, right? Assuming those are cards you don't know. So that's kind of rough, but so be it. All right, some snap pack notes. Unless you own or want every card, these are still a gamble, and you're probably going to be better off just buying what you want at full price. More on that when we get to the player types pretty soon. There's also around a 10% average value, 8 to 8.5 if you are Series 3 complete. So it's 10% with Series 3, 8 to 8.5% without Series 3. Extra good is in each pack, which is a genuine lot. Every 10 snap packs you open, you're getting basically an extra snap pack worth of value. That's really, really nice because you should be opening snap packs fairly often if you are certain types of players. There's also certain things coming in the future. Custom packs like X-Men, Discard, or Creator Deck of the Week are in the works. Well, I'm obviously most excited about Creator Deck of the Week because I'm a creator. Things like a discard pack are incredibly useful, right? There's a pack, and when you open that pack, you have a chance to get Scorn or Khonshu, right? And if you open those 2 packs, you're guaranteed to get those 2 cards, which you would need to make a discard deck, and then you're done because there's no duplicates at all in snapbacks. That seems amazing, and that seems amazing. That seems like the way to get newer players to catch up, whereas they were losing out earlier. Once these custom archetype packs, right? Where when discard comes out, when destroy comes out, when an on reveal comes out, and you can open it and be like, oh, I got Goliath and Captain Carter, and now I can build that deck. That seems amazing and a really great way to target using snap packs to get things at a discount. Then we have one other huge, 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 huge announcement that cannot be overstated. Whenever you're carrying a variant for which you do not own the base card, you'll be granted the base card for free along with it. If you are a longtime viewer of this channel, you realize I've been doing bundle review videos. And in those bundle review videos, I'm only focusing on bundles that have Series 4 and 5 cards. Now you know why. I only suggest buying right now bundles that give you those Series 4 and 5 cards. We don't know when this update is coming though, so be a little careful. You can still open that card accidentally on the way and get messed up. But if you still don't have that base card when this change happens, you will retroactively you will retroactively get the base card. So if you got Baby Kang from that one album, guess what? When this happens, you will have the real Kang. The change is arriving in a future patch, though. We're not sure when either of these are coming. They're just coming soon. So we're going to hope that this is very soon because these are two amazing changes that are like genuinely fantastic. Before we go any further, please hit that sub button if you haven't. We cover Marvel Snap extremely thoroughly. This video is just getting started. If you want the best Marvel Snap content, check it out. If you want 4 brand new decks from some of Marvel Snap's top players, including the current #1 ranked player in the Infinite Leaderboard, make sure you are here later. All right, so player type 1 is 100% cost efficient. This player's goal is to own every card, whatever it costs, but they want to minimize the cost of reaching and maintaining 100%. That's a lot of my audience. I'm aware that you want to own every card, but you want to minimize the cost of reaching and maintaining 100%. So 1 is always buy snap packs. Buy Series 4 packs before Series 5 packs. And we'll have some math on that on the next slide. Buy collectors before seasonal. This is only an optimization because more cards may move from seasonal to collectors before you hit 100%. If obviously you have most of the seasonal and you're worried about collectors, then go for it. This is doable with just Season and Gold Pass. If you buy just the Season and Gold Pass, you can do this. We'll have more on that later. Number 2, buy Series 4 before Series 5 is significant savings. So these are the average number of tokens you save each month by doing Season 4 before Season 5 on week 1, depending on how many Series 4 there are. So we know that this season, I guess technically next season. I don't know. We don't know exactly how this is going to work, but there are 3 straight to Series 4 cards releasing. That is a savings of 174 tokens. It really gets extra worth it when we hit 4 and 5, right? That's 250 tokens or 321 tokens. That doesn't seem like a lot, but that really will add up over time. Over the course of a year, you're getting 1 to 2 extra cards this way. You save 200 a week, however, by getting the Series 5 card first, thanks to weekend missions. However, you can do both. We'll explain more about how to do that later. They are planning on 4 to 5 Series 4 cards releases per month, although, again, they're starting with 3, so who knows, maybe they do 3 and realize they like 3, and it ends up being not as worth it, and then we have to start focusing on getting those weekend missions. We also don't know if they're going to do Series 4 weekend missions for the new Series 4 cards. This is still to be determined, but we will give you that information as soon as humanly possible. Next up, we've got player type 2. This is the speed running player, the player who just wants to reach 100% as quickly as possible. So what they're doing is always buying snap packs. They buy Series 3 before Series 4, Series 4 before Series 5. You're trying to get there as quickly as possible. That's the best way to do it because as you're buying Series 3, you're going to end up with all the extra resources along the way. That's going to make it easier, etc., etc. You buy collectors before seasonal. This is only an optimization because more cards may move from collectors seasonally before you reach 100%. It has no effect on speed, but may make costs slightly lower. Cool. So if you're trying to get a little cheaper, that's how you do it. This is, once again, doable with just the Season and Gold Pass. Hey, Snap on This is a delightful podcast. It is Lauren, Ree, and Ben, and they are absolutely amazing and fantastic human beings. They are so much fun. It's and like they know the game ridiculously well. Everything you want in a Marvel Snap podcast, please do check the Snap on This podcast, part of the Snap Judgments Podcasting Network. Lauren is amazing and deserves all the love and support in the world. Again, this is all her work. Full credit to the great Lauren Medebs. Check out Snap on This. Player type 3 is the sub 100% competitive player. This player's goal is to stay as competitive and meta relevant as possible. Doesn't want to pay for 100%. So the simplest way to do this, you buy the cards you want directly for a full price. Period. Nice and simple, right? Directly for a full price. You want the card, you buy it with 6,000 tokens or 3,000 tokens, as the case may be. You buy snap packs instead for the discount only if you want every card in the pack. If there's one card in there you don't want, don't gamble. Gambles mean you get fundamentally zero value. If it's a card you're never going to play, a card you don't want, you just spent 5,000 tokens or whatever the case may be for fundamentally zero value for you yourself. Don't do that. If you want every card in the pack for whatever reason, if you want every card in the pack, you were patient, you waited, then buy it at the discount. Possibly spend extra resources on snap packs, but probably better to save for a buffed card or meta shift, making a card suddenly relevant or a future season that's particularly strong. Good. So maybe there's a season later on that you want every card, saving those resources for that, or for like Captain Carter got buffed recently, or Infinity Ultron got buffed. You realize that you actually would like that card now. Now you will have the extra resources for it immediately. It's also notable that if Sanctum comes back, to unknown cards here work the same, but this is free, and this is going to be amazing value. To me, unless you are willing to spend, unless you're willing to buy the season and gold pass, this is likely to be the best plan for a lot of my viewers. If you're free to play, I'd be trying to look around this plan. Player type 4, sub 100%, economy min maxer. This player's goal is to optimize the cost of cards. They're happy to wait a few months if it means the card is cheaper. I know a lot of people are going to do this. That's fine. You can be 2 months back complete. So first, you only buy collector's packs. You buy Series 4 before Series 5. You can stay 100% complete 2 to 3 months behind in order to get all cards at around a 67% discount. And this is almost doable free to play. Free to play, you're getting 90.5% of the cards or 83% of the cards. You can get 85% of Series 5 and 100% of Series 4, or 100% of Series 5 and 55% of Series 4. Cool. 91%, 90.5%, or 82.9%. You get to choose which of those you want. Season Pass alone is 100% complete this way with 2,830 extra tokens. With Gold Pass, it's 4,760 extra tokens. However, since we can just be 100% complete the other way, if we're buying Season and Gold, we'd probably rather do that. Make sense? Hopefully so. Player type 5, sub 100 casual. This player's goal is to maximize fun, but doesn't want to pay for 100%. Having more toys is fun, but maybe having shiny toys is more fun. I.e., I mean, it's not him, but this is Regis Kilbin, right? This is our Regis friends. All right, so one, always buy snap packs unless there's a particular card you really want. Buy it directly at full price. Maximizing quantity means going for Series 3, then 4, then 5, and going for collectors, then seasonal. Cool? So you're buying the older stuff first. The idea is that you're here for the shiny new cards, and having new things and new toys to play with is fun. Series 5 cards also tend to be more fun, so feel free to buy whatever pack you want. Probably don't buy Series 3, and then my favorite, this is pure Lauren. I see you, former degenerate key gambler. What do you care about optimization? If you are the type of person who would get one key and be like, I'm a gamba for this, this is who you are. Embrace it. Have fun. The new player. You don't actually need a specific strategy. Just pick one of the above that matches you. Literally, pick one of the other player types and you'll be fine. There's actually nothing particularly different, at least until the archetype packs come out, that you need to do. If archetype packs come out, that'll be useful. If you want to rush Series 3, the cheapest way to do this is to climb CL and buy collectors Series 3 packs with the tokens you get along the way. This requires a 2029 CL on average to end up with all 125 Series 3 cards. That's $820 in gold. You'd be somewhat time gated by boosters and by the limits of how many times you can buy credit packs or mission refill with gold per day. Not bad. Look, $820 for 125 cards is not cheap, but it's not crazy, crazy expensive. And this is obviously like power rushing through it. If you're willing to have patience, you can cut that in down fairly exponentially. Come check me out tonight at 8 p.m. at twitch.tv/pulseglazer. Hopefully you're back here before then for the second video of the day. But tonight at twitch.tv/pulseglazer, we'll be testing out all the new cards, opening some snapbacks, and talking about Snap. Our season pass question for the day, I told you we'd ask one in order to enter to win the season pass that is being given away on this video, is very simply, what player type will you be? If you're watching this much later, by the way, because this is going to be our pinned video for a while, let me know what player type you ended up being and whether you were right or wrong in your guess. See you tonight. Our season gold pass expected completion. This was the big one. I made Lauren do a ton of extra math for me. Season and gold pass expected completion. Basically, you buy the season pass, you buy the gold pass. How complete will you be? If you treat this like used to be able to be relatively close to complete with just the season pass, if we treat this as a Netflix price hike and we buy the season and gold pass, right? We used to pay $9.99 for Netflix, now we're paying $15 for Netflix. Okay, what happens? How much do we get? So Lauren made several assumptions in figuring this out. She's counting every source of resources besides limited time game modes, which means besides anything like Sanctum that shows up or anything like that. It also converts gold to tokens using the new token pack that gives 5,000 tokens for 6,000 gold. You can probably beat this with the best bundles they offer. If there's a better token Tuesday, that means you're going to be doing better. This also assumes there's going to be three to four new Series 4 cards per season, not in events. I.e., there will be some in events, but you can just complete the events for that. This also assumes that you're going to hit season pass level 65 in a 4-week season and 76 on a 5-week season, both of which, in my experience, are fairly reasonable assumptions. Season pass is enough to hit 88.6% of Series 5 and 100% of Series 4, which is 93% combined. Given that basically every season there's one Series 5 that you really don't want, that's probably good enough for most people. Or you can do 100% of Series 5 and 64.26 of Series 4, and 86.3% combined, while missing every weekend mission that gives tokens. Okay, so you can, if you have every Series 5, right? You're going to get every weekend mission that gives tokens, and that is going to help you. Adding Gold Pass, and this is where we get good, raises that to 96.3% of Series 5 and 100% of Series 4, which is 97.7% combined, or 100% of Series 5 and basically 88% of Series 4, 95.38 combined, while missing every weekend that gives tokens. If you can get the weekend missions that give tokens, you get to 99.5 to 99.8% combined completion. I'm going to average that out to 100, friends. We all good with that? There are limited time ones that are better bundles. I'm going to average that out to 100, which means extra season levels or a limited game mode is probably enough to push you to 100. It's just going to be tight. Because the season Series 5 is only 2 months long, anybody could hit 100% seasonal completion by saving some resources in 1 month. This may be an argument for sub 100% players to prioritize the seasonal Series 5 completion over seasonal Series 4, but we don't know if there's going to be weekend missions for Series 4. If you are diligent about optimizing, and I know everyone doesn't want to optimize, that's why I'm not telling everyone to do this. But if you want to spend the least amount possible and get all the cards, if you buy the season and gold pass, you should be able to do so, even if it's going to be close, require limited time game modes, and require you to do weekend missions. If you are a regular Marvel Snap player, and I know a lot of, but not all of my audience is, if you are a regular Marvel Snap player who hits that 65 on a 4-week or 76 on a 5-week, I would expect you to be able to do everything else required here, and thus able to be 100% complete with just the season and gold pass. All right, there's a big caveat to the previous slide. You need around 15,000 tokens to get started if this is your plan. If you don't have that, you can focus on collector's packs until you get there. Basically, that 15,000 token starter is like, oh, I need to buy all the immediate Series 4 stuff that's out. Once you're there, you're all set with everything else. All good? Hopefully this all makes sense to everyone. Hopefully you like this new system, because as of right now, I love this new system. I think that a system that allows you to choose what cards to get really, really effectively is very good. I think the Snap Text title might be a misnomer. In fact, for many players, just spending the tokens as they build their collection to build specific decks will be the best thing they can do. And then once they get enough specific decks that they're happy, they can work on filling out the rest of their collection. I absolutely love this. I think that this is through the roof, the best card acquisition system Marvel Snap has ever had. If you're interested in supporting this channel further, please check out patreon.com/snapjudgments, where we do exclusive videos, exclusive all sorts of stuff. Come check it out. We've got Bricks to Click, our patron of the month. Welcome aboard and to our patron of the month, Bricks to Click, one of our newest friends. Abigail Gieslin, Manager Burnout, Irregardless, LAB, Inc., I Am Frostman, Hota Navarrete, Thinking Poker, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood, Heretics Lee, Koirei Kazushi, Archangel 3K, Black Dahlia, Barafros, The Goat Seeker, Code, Hallowed, Only Fox, Synth, Fat Dick, Absolute Shannon, Nightmare, Dirty Casual, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger Prime, Philip Rakovich, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, The Bizza, Black Jeebus 23, Extra Sweet, and Skippy G, my opponent this week. Grr. Rhyming enemies. Jessica Gamble, Subchess, Mr. Slush Death, The King of Bros, The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Kevsey Hoda, Luna, Ludacris, Glam, Colonel Forbin, Rob Subman, M. Holland, David G. Wingfield, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B., Mr. Craig Sterry, Matt V., Ren Wrench, Corwin, John Q., and Jimmy McHugh, Q Town, Yistout, Ace Age, One Big Man, Milkman for Reals, Cactus Jack, Reapzer, BG, Quid Pro Joe, Snap Decisions Joe, DeCarlo, Models Mod Supreme, Boombot, Green Goblin, Unibot, Flan56, The Fuzzy Doll, Spectrumix, Hoot, Ocularis, Matt H, DJ Mikey Hijinks, No Frickin' Flex, Nick the Greek Geek, Toxic Soul King, Zodrex, the King of Canada, Denman Falcon, Falthorn Newman, Jonesy, Two Ties, Lauren Redevs, the Pirate King Tucker, and of course, Gunny T, where the T stands for Once more, thanks so much to Lauren Whatevs for the wonderful support. Thank you all for watching this whole video, and I'll see you later today where we break down a bunch of new cards. Much love. Peace.